Hello, fellow Pops. I'm Dr. F Scott Feil, and I'm bringing you a message from our sponsor at Ice Shaker. My diet's always been a little bit messed up most of my life, and I recently started trying to take back control of my health. And one of the issues my doctor pointed out was that I needed to make an increase in my protein intake. Now, I can't eat chicken breasts all day, every day, so protein shakes and powders have become a big help. Ice Shaker and its built in removable agitator is an amazing product. They come in a bunch of sizes and colors, and you can even get inscriptions and logos on them. They're stainless steel, double wall insulated, and hold ice for 30 plus hours. If you're interested in purchasing one, you can click on the link in our show notes. Or if you're interested in selling them for your business and making commission, and let's be honest, if you're listening to the Professors of Profit vlogcast and you can consider yourself a pop or a professor of profit, you're likely interested in selling these as a side hustle. You can click on that link in the show notes as well. Or you can reach out to me directly on social media. I'm pretty available there. I love Ice Shaker, and I'm betting you, your patients, and your clients will too. Ice Shaker, let's shake things up. Now let's start the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Professors of Profit vlogcast. I'm your host, Dr. F Scott Feil. Got with me longtime friend, Grace Chinwe Amamilo.
Yes.
I'm saying that right, Grace? All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell the folks a little bit about what you're up to these days and the side business and side hustle that you've kind of started and grown and taken internationally now, too. Tell us what you're up to.
Oh, hello, guys. How are you guys? Thank you so much, Professors of Profit, for having me on. I'm super, super grateful to be here. It's really an honor to be here. So I first met Scott about 2 years ago now, and he has been really, really amazing and instrumental in encouraging me and supporting me. At the time that I met him, I was really struggling financially. I didn't really know what to do. I knew I wanted to start a business or something to help other people out and hopefully have some financial gain towards it. And Scott has been really, really instrumental in helping me, encouraging me, and motivating me to follow my dreams and showing me that I can actually do those things. So currently today, I have managed to create a course which helps physiotherapy assistants or physiotherapists to come to the UK. I've been really, really passionate about trying to help physiotherapists or foreign trained physiotherapists specifically and physiotherapy assistants to come to the United Kingdom to live and to work. And this is because I myself went through that journey. I really, really struggled through that journey. It took me a couple of years to get to where I am now as a qualified physiotherapist in the United Kingdom. And it still breaks my heart that I see a lot of foreign trained either physiotherapists or physiotherapy assistants, even here in the United Kingdom, living in the United Kingdom, but they're a little bit lost. They haven't been able to use those skills that they have to get a job in the United Kingdom as a physiotherapist or even a physiotherapy assistant. And I've taken this upon myself to try and help as many people as possible.
Yeah, and Grace, you've done a great job of that. I think you've really, taken things worldwide at this point, which is pretty cool to see. But why should a physical therapist or physiotherapist or just somebody who's been through it and taken their experiences, why should they kind of look into starting a side business or something like this that helps people with these international opportunities?
So I think this is the right time because, for example, right now in the world, we all knew what happened with COVID-19, and during that time, I think that was actually when I met you, Scott, and you really, really helped me because I didn't have the skills as like the technological skills to put things together. And this is like a clear example of why it's so important outside of our traditional role of working face to face with people. It's important to also create something that would be able to help you when you're not physically present. COVID shut everything down, but people still need healthcare services. People still need a physiotherapist. people still need to learn or get clinical knowledge or clinical experience. And that was where you really came in to really help me to put my thoughts into like paper and make that dream a reality. And this is why I feel like this is the time, because wherever you are in the world, you can reach out to a lot of people. I've had people from maybe India, from South Africa, from Zambia, Kenya, Nigeria, like reaching out to me to say, oh, we want to work in the United Kingdom. Can you guide us since you've been through that journey? And because of my experiences, I'm now able to guide them and encourage them, just like you have helped me, Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, the same goes for the US even, right? Like people that are trying to get to the US, I've seen foreign trained physios trying to get licensed in the US as well, right? I've seen a lot from the Philippines. I've seen a lot from Canada. And it's all just a process and a system. And if you don't know what you're doing, it can be really tough. It can be overwhelming, so to have somebody that's kind of been there and done that and can walk you through all these steps is, it's an important, and again, I love the fact that at the end of the day, it saves time, right? It speeds up your timeline. Just having a mentor, having somebody who's been through it or a coach or whatever it may be, I that's my biggest pitch for mentorship, is that it speeds up your timeline.
Yeah.
People have generally made mistakes. They've figured out what not to do. And that's generally most helpful. The how to do it is one thing, but how to avoid the expensive mistakes, I think, is a big one when it comes to coaches and mentors, because a lot of times they've been there and done that, and they're trying to help you avoid those costly errors.
Correct, yeah.
And
And it's condensing the time, like you said. I mean, for me, it took me 10 years or more to get to where I am, but I don't want it to take somebody else that amount of time. And there's still a lot of people that have the wrong information. They don't understand. Some people don't even know that, for example, they don't need a professional registration to work as a physiotherapy assistant in the United Kingdom. And just that misinformation or lack of information has held them back from actually pursuing their dream. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, a physical therapy assistant over there is kind of similar to like a tech or an aide for the US, right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I mean, it's a great start. It's a great entry point for physical therapists or physios, once they get up and running. So if that's what they want to do, that's a great way to get their feet wet and really try things out and get started. But they have to know the process. They have to know the lingo. They have to know the lay of the land before they, try to pursue that goal of becoming a physio. And like you said, it can take a while to get to that point. And if you're uninformed or misinformed, even worse, that can be a bumpy ride. So, and nowadays, especially after COVID, we've had the great resignation, right? We've had a bunch of people leave healthcare. We've had people quit, get burned out, just not coming back,
Right.
So I
Right.
know everywhere, not just in the US, worldwide, there is a dire need for healthcare providers right now. And the system's finally starting to level back out to where we're like, hey, you got to pay us what we're worth, because this is a tough job. And if not, we just won't come back. And so if that's the case, we should be able to start leveraging salaries and should be able to start, getting paid a decent amount there on the comeback. But at the same time, there's just such a dire need that these companies are going to be looking for people to hire,
Right.
and so you've got to have the right credentials and the right things in line in order to get hired. So
That's true.
what you're doing is great.
Thank you. Really thank you. And thank you also for, helping me to make it like become a reality. I think for me as well, the most important thing is the like technological skills that, you need to learn. And you helped me a lot with that, to know how to organize things and where to put things. And, without that, I wouldn't. And I think that's why it's so important, guys, that you guys need like a coach, a mentor, someone that has kind of made all the mistakes that you are going through, that can say, no, don't do it this way, do it that way, to guide you and to direct you in the right decision. I think about this time last year was when I sat down with you, Scott, and you helped me like put my course together and upload it all. And I know I still remember the 1st of November when I took the first picture after I uploaded that course. And I think it only had one person, but I think now it's about 50 people. And I'm still shocked that I created something of value that would benefit people. So thank you for your help. I'm really, really
Yeah,
grateful.
no, absolutely. And again, like, you know, a lot of it is just asking the right questions. You know, it's you don't I personally have no experience in international physical therapy, right? Or physiotherapy. It's not my specialty. Obviously, that's your specialty, right? However, most businesses are more alike than they are different. And when you get the basic principles of business down, then it's just a matter of asking the right questions and kind of filling in the blanks with your content expertise, you know. And speaking of which, let's talk a little bit about that. What are some tips or tricks or pointers you've learned along the way for those that want to get involved in international physio, or you know, experience that and help others with that journey?
Okay, so for me, the most important thing that I wanted to highlight today would be if you know that that's something that you're willing to do, like that you're a foreign trained person and you want to work either in the UK or US, wherever you are in the world, and you want to go and work, the most important thing is to get your mindset because I find that some of the people reaching out to me, they want me to do the work for them. They want me to in applications, make their resume and all those things. But it doesn't really work like that. If you actually put in the work, if you actually move the needle forward towards achieving your dreams, you're going to have more of a sense of satisfaction. You're going to appreciate the process more. Not saying that, I might not be able to do it, but I can coach you and guide you. But I think the most important thing is to set your mind that after you've put in 50 job applications and you haven't gotten an answer back yet, don't give up on your dream because ultimately you want to work in the United States or you want to work in the United Kingdom. So you have to be willing to push forward, study the books that you need to study, get your resume up to speed, do those interviews, prepare for the interviews and all the other things that come along with it. It's not something that someone can really do for you. It's something that you have to do for yourself so that in the end, when you get the results, you will be very proud of yourself for going through that process. So I think that's one of the most important things is to have your mindset set, determined, try and change your habits. If you have to go and get like work experience in like the hospitals or a nursing home or clinic, like whatever you need to do to help you move the needle towards the like goal of getting your dreams to work in the United Kingdom or in the United States, you really have to set your mind and focus on that goal. That's the main thing for me, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, and that goes for just about anything. I can't tell you how much of business coaching and or you know, job hunting or, you know, whatever it may be starts with mindset. You know, it's a, you know, especially as physios, we've got to get out of the mindset of just, oh, our only skill set is treating patients from 9 to 5 and clocking in and clocking out. Like, yeah, that's a skill set that we're hopefully very good at for sure. But our knowledge base and our prior experience and our experience through school and life experience, maybe outside of healthcare, there's a lot of things that we can leverage that we've learned along the way that can turn into other streams of revenue, right? And other business opportunities. And, you know, I just feel like physio is such a great profession, right? That we have the opportunity to do more and to be more. And that's been my, you know, my mantra for the last several years is just, you know, if we really want to practice at the top of our license and really want to say that we're giving it our all, then I feel that we need to do more and be more, you know.
You're right.
And that means writing books, creating courses, educating the masses, population health, you know, just a whole lot more things that we can do to help impact more than the one patient we're seeing in that hour or whatever it may be, you know?
You are absolutely right. Yeah. I think the education is so important because a lot of people still have the mindset that physio is just about giving you massages, but it's so much more than that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
much more than that. Yeah.
Well, Grace, thank you so much for taking the time and for coming on to educate my audience about all things international physio and what that's looking like these days. Where can people find you if they want to reach out to you and get more information about what you do, or really just want to catch up with you and see what you're up to these days?
Well, I have a YouTube channel called Grace to Excel. I share lots and lots of information for people that are wanting to come to the United Kingdom as physiotherapists or physiotherapy assistants or rehab techs, whether you have experience or not. So the YouTube channel is called Grace to Excel. And most times you can also reach me on my email, graceamamilo@gmail.com. I usually put the link on my YouTube videos as well. Thank you.
Awesome. And we'll drop the links in the show notes so people can find you easily. Grace, always a pleasure to catch up with you. It was good talking with you again, and best of luck with everything you got going on. I love seeing your journey.
Thank you so much, Scott, for all the wonderful things you've helped me achieve as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.